We all know what this is about, and it's about Christian nationalism in our schools, and I'm not going to stand for it.
Prayer, public schools, and the U.S. Constitution. It all came to a head late this afternoon outside Tulsa Public Schools headquarters. Protesters and supporters showed up at a news conference with State Superintendent Ryan Walters. We have team coverage on both sides of this story, starting with Fox 23's Tanya Motorzitsky and what lawmakers shared.
This was what brought State Superintendent Ryan Walters and other lawmakers here to Tulsa Public Schools Service Center Friday afternoon.
In the name of Jesus Christ.
This prayer that TPS school board member Alina Ashley said during a graduation speech back in May. Now many are disputing if this is a violation of church and state.
It is my great honor to introduce the greatest school board member in the state of Oklahoma.
During the news conference, Ashley broke her silence since TPS sent emails saying she violated the Constitution.
We should be focused on academics. We should be focused on fundamental principles of protecting our children. So as our grades plummet in our school district, as we miseducate our children, it is a fundamental principle to be able to pray and care for our children. It's a fundamental principle of America that we even started with prayer.
Walters calls out TPS.
Superintendent Guest and Tulsa Public Schools' reaction to this is to attack a board member, send an email that fundamentally misunderstands religious liberty and religious freedom, and targeting a board member, a duly elected board member, for saying a prayer. It's outrageous.
He says public schools are attacking students' religious liberties.
What you see is a continued assault against religious beliefs in our public school system. Atheism is the de facto religion of our schools. That's the only thing they will accept, and we're going to fight back on that and protect religious liberties. And again, religious liberty means you have the right to exercise it or not.
Covering news that matters, I'm Tanya Motorzitsky, Fox 23 News.
Now we turn to those who showed up to protest at today's event. Fox 23's Catherine James continues our team coverage. She's live outside TPS headquarters with what they had to say. Kat.
Shay, the protesters I talked with say that the push for more prayer in school from Superintendent Walters and his supporters basically violates constitutional separation of church and state. A group of protesters faced State Superintendent Ryan Walters and his supporters Friday afternoon outside of Tulsa Public Schools Education Services building. Walters was speaking in support of TPS board member Alina Ashley after she's been criticized for saying a prayer during a graduation ceremony. Protesters say it's a violation of the constitutional separation of church and state and have called for Ashley to step down.
I don't think this is about whether TPS is for prayer or not. It's about following the law.
In a statement, TPS says they value and welcome everyone, but agree that it's a matter of law. Their statement says in part, quote, "The U.S. Constitution and U.S. Supreme Court rulings are clear. District officials may not lead prayer or promote religious views at school-sponsored events." Walters disagrees, citing protections for religious freedom and supports more prayer in school.
He's over here with this charade about a prayer when they would not be singing the same tune if this was an Islamic prayer, if this was a satanic prayer. We all know what this is about, and it's about Christian nationalism in our schools, and I'm not going to stand for it.
Some people say politics are distracting from the purpose of education.
Public education in a lot of ways should be neutral or should not be involving politics in the classroom, and I really think we just need to be getting back to the basic reading, writing, science, and math.
And religious leaders say the constant fighting is tearing us all apart as a country.
We don't need to be divided. Religion should bring people together. Schools should bring people together.
Now, in their statement, TPS also says that they value and respect all individuals from all faiths, backgrounds, and cultures, and they ask lawmakers to focus on academic achievement, student safety, and student well-being. Reporting live in Tulsa, covering news that matters, Catherine James, Fox 23 News.